Hey guys, it's Kara Fleming Flamework here. And if you've seen any of my work or know anything about my work, you know one of the things I love doing is taking glass and making it look like something other than glass. So what I'm doing today is I'm making a set of marble knobs. I want them to look like Italian marble. So you can see I've got my marble mold here, which is graphite. And I've already gone through the trouble of making a perfectly round kind of base for my knob out of ivory Murano glass. I'm using a Fetri ivory. It's like 5 to 6 millimeters, and you know, you just kind of take your glass, heat it. Here's my glass, and you want to get your basic shape down. The reason that I'm getting it down into a perfect shape before I go ahead and mess it up is because glass doesn't understand shape unless you give it a shape, but glass understands volume. So I want to make sure that all my knobs are the same, because when you're doing any kind of production work, uniformity is what's really important. And you can see this glass is getting kind of hot, and it's getting a little sloopy, and it's starting to disfigure a little. And that's because I know that when I'm working with ivory, you can see I'm kind of shaping it. I know that ivory likes to be hot, and when it gets hot, it gives a lot of natural veining, which is like marble. So now I'm going to go ahead and take a pretty hot glowing orb, and I'm going to put it in some frit. And for those of you that don't know, frit is just pulverized glass. I'm going to show you a picture of this afterwards, but frit, you can see little bits of color. I've blended some browns and some blacks, and I'm not covering the whole surface because, as you know, marble is not entirely or completely veined, and I'm heating it up real hot. You can see off the heat, it's hot, it's sloopy. So now I've got little specks of browns and blacks, and as I said, I'm going to take a picture of that later and show you. It's getting a little away from me, and that's okay, because now I'm going to do what nature does, and I'm going to pull the veins. I'm just pulling the veins. And you're thinking, Kara, why are you taking that beautiful round knob and making it into an ugly smush? Well, nature loves ugly smushes. So I'm just pulling. And now you've got something really ugly and twisted and gross. So I'm going to take that and I'm going to try to bring it back to beautiful. And I'm hoping that the gravity and the heat kind of replicate the same natural flow that water or minerals would take when veining something. I'm going to kind of do something. I'm using my graphite instead of my hands, obviously, because this is about 1600 degrees. And now look, I'm back to round. And not only am I round, but I've got some interesting veining going on. So again, for those of you that don't know, frit is pulverized glass. And you can pulverize it in different sizes and different shapes. Now I'm going wonky. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take care of my bottom. I'm going to take the bottom, I'm going to use the back of my tool, I'm going to smooth it flat. And the reason that it's super important to do this is because you're going to affix it to your metal piece, and you want it to sit really, really beautiful. You don't want any awkwardness, which again, uniformity is the hallmark of good production work. Here's my marber. Love it. Okay, so we're going to turn. We're going to create that shape. Okay, looks good. Looks good. I'm going to make sure that my feet are nice. I'm going to heat it up, get it to glow. Now you can see the top of my bead's not hot, so I'm going to maintain that same shape, but the bottom is, and that's what I'm going to work. Now, if we were using a silver glass or a striking glass or a reducing glass that does crazy things, we'd adjust our flame. Like we go, that's a really high reducing flame. This is a neutral flame. So for working with just simple, non-color changing Murano glass, we're going to just use a nice, beautiful neutral flame. And a neutral flame, again, for those of you that are new to lamp working, is propane and oxygen together to create a beautiful, clean flame. And if we weren't having the proper balance, then we'd be in trouble. So there you have it. Kind of replicated the veining of marble. Now this is going to go in my kiln, and Once we're out of the kiln, we're going to do something called cold work, which is we're going to take the marble out of the kiln in about, I don't know, 12, 15 hours or so. And then we're going to etch it in acid to give it that look of stone, that soft, soft look. So hopefully this video comes out good. Hopefully you can just do a little scroll over and you'll see some pictures of the finished product, some pictures of the frit, and maybe even some pictures of my beautiful ivory glass. Thanks for watching.